Hello friends, today we'll be discussing about the labor problems, unit number 13, my dear friends. In each and every industry, my dear friends, we are going to have labor problems or labor issues which are of primarily importance in any of the modern industrial society because most of the population is either selling or buying labor or dependent upon sales, purchase, which is going to help them in making a living. In the modern industries, labor turnover is universal problem, my dear friends, among the industrial workers. It means workers shift or migrate from one industry to another, which is more decent and comfortable as it is going to pay them better. If the labor turnover is up to 5%, it is tolerable. But if the labor turnover is beyond this, then it is going to lead to serious problems, my dear friends. And the employer's duty is to investigate and explore why people are leaving the jobs and what kind of measures we need to take so that we can retain the employees back. So there are two major types of causes for labor turnover. One is avoidable causes and the other one is unavoidable causes. When we discuss about avoidable causes, my dear friends, it may include shortage of raw material because if there is no raw material, there will be no work, so people will not get the employment across the week or across the month. Like so, that can be reduced or that can be avoided. The next one is if you do not have a proper planning for getting the raw material in terms of turning the raw material into a finished product and so on like inadequate planning can also be a problem which can also be avoided. Then the next one is dissatisfaction of job by the employees. It may be because of long working hours, it may be because of low remuneration, or else the working conditions are not good enough, or else they do not have a proper relation with the colleagues, neither with the supervisors, my dear friends. So all these things can be avoided, my dear friends. But we also have certain causes which cannot be avoided, and it's not because of the fault of the management. The first one is the person is going to get better opportunities. For example, think the person is working in a software industry in Hyderabad, but shifting to Bangalore, the person may have better opportunities. Like so, obviously, people may prefer to shift from one place to the other place. The next one is it may be because of marriage, it may be because of pregnancy in case of female. Like so, after marriage, they go and join the husband's family. So that can be one more reason. And the third one is like illness, accidents, migration, and unsuitable job, or else misconduct or misbehavior of the employees, or else the problems leading to housing and transportation. All these things we cannot, the management cannot avoid these causes, my dear friends. So we call this under unavoidable causes. So any organization or industry cannot simply accept the labor turnover because it proves to be costly process because again we have to recruit the people, we have to train the employees. Till then there will be loss of production, my dear friends. And obviously what happens, it may also create problems in terms of new recruits because they are not experts. They may not work efficiently, or sometimes because they are not experts in that domain, it may also lead to accidents and so on. So our duty is to understand why people are leaving, and our duty is to improve the conditions so that we can retain the people. So at the time of recruitment itself, we need to have a sound recruitment policy and practice in terms of selecting the right people, and then we have to interview the people about their personal things. We need to provide adequate training for the people and provide security in terms of service, no partiality in terms of providing promotions, transfer policies, and so on. So if we are going to have all these kind of policies, my dear friends, we will be able to address the issues and we can reduce the labor turnover, my dear friends. Now let us discuss about the elements of labor problems, my dear friends. The first one is economical factor. Majority of the labor problems or issues arise due to economical factors, my dear friends. Many of the problems, it happens just because of economical problems. So each and every individual wish to work hard so that they can make money so that they can have a decent life or decent living, my dear friends. So, which may be possible or may not be possible by each and every individual. But the focal point of each and every labor is to revolve around the issues of wage rates, working hours, conditions of work, job tenure, and so on, my dear friends. So, the duty of the organization is to provide the individuals to have a decent income, my dear friends, which will make them satisfy their basic needs. So, they will be motivated so that they will work effectively. Beside economical factors, my dear friends, the next one is psychological factor. The next one is psychological factor. When we talk about psychological factors, my dear friends, employees form unions in order to negotiate or in order to negotiate um, or bargain with the management on issues like wages, working conditions, job tenure, and so on. So, if they are going to have a proper job tenure, if they are going to have proper conditions, my dear friends, if they are going to have proper relations with the management or the superiors, at the time the people will be happy. If they are happy, they will try to contribute for the growth of the organization. If they are not satisfied, remember that they'll be looking for the other opportunities, maybe in the other organizations, my dear friends. So it is the duty of the organization to provide satisfaction, maybe based on wages, working conditions, and so on, my dear friends. When the individual feels pride working for the organization, self satisfaction and self importance will automatically come, my dear friends. So, with the large scale industries or corporations, the jobs are becoming extremely specialized. The modern factory systems, division of labor, and so on have become very monotonous and routine jobs, which is one of the major cause for dissatisfaction among the employees, my dear friends. The third one is social factors. In the large scale industries, my dear friends, there is a huge gap between the employers and the employees. Due to increase in large scale industries, the employers are employing more people, so obviously, what happens, which is going to decrease the importance of the working class people. At the same time, most of the employees who have been hired belong to various social and economical sections with different social backgrounds, with different experiences, and so on. So, which is going to lead a gap among the employees or employers. So, this difference may also lead to lack of understanding among the employees, which may lead to issues within the organization. So we need to have policies. We need to have policies where we need to have a conducive work environment where all different sections of people can work effectively. So just like social, economical, psychological factors, my dear friends, we also give due importance to these factors. And the most important labor problems which affect the industry are absenteeism, alcoholism, and labor turnover. So if people are not happy, if there is any rupture or conflict between the employees or the employers, my dear friends, the next day the workers may not turn out to the industry. That means some of the production process will be stopped, my dear friends, which will lead to uh, the loss for the organization. And if there is any problem, there are chances that some people may also be addicted to alcoholism, because they want to reduce the fatigue, they want to remove the mental stress, and so on. So there are chances that they may be addicted. If they're addicted, if they come in after consuming the alcohol to the organization, there are chances that there may be an accident in the organization, or else there can be breakage of machines and so on. Both the people, the management as well as the workers, may be in trouble, my dear friends. So these are the problems, my dear friends. Now let us discuss about these three problems in detail, my dear friends. The first one is absenteeism. Absenteeism is said to be there when an employee fails to come to the work when he is scheduled to work. According to Webster Dictionary, absenteeism is a practice or habit of being an absentee or absence is one who habitually stays away. Labor Bureau. has defined that absenteeism is the total man shift loss because of absence of as a percentage of the total number of man shifts scheduled to work. So, in other words, it is nothing but people are avoiding to come to the office. It is another unauthorized, it is unexplained, it is unavoidable or avoidable, my dear friends. The rate of absenteeism may vary from 7% to that of the 30%. The rate of absenteeism may vary from one industry to the other based on the nature of work. Research studies have revealed that employees with low interest in the task and low occupations are mostly absent compared with the people who have greater interest in the task and with greater occupations, my dear friends. Now, the studies, there are some studies which have taken up, and the studies have said that absenteeism is higher before and after holidays because they want to simply extend the holidays, or else they may not come from the holiday mood and so on. So absenteeism is higher before or after the holidays, my dear friends. The second condition, what the studies have revealed that bad weather increase the rate of absenteeism. So if the weather condition is not suitable, it is not conducive at the time, people simply bunk the office, my dear friends. The third one is women are more absent compared to the male counterpart because their duty is to take care of the family. At the same time, they have to come to the office and take care of all the activities. So they have to manage both the professional as well as the family issues. Like for that reason, we can see that the women are more absent compared with the male counterpart. The fourth one is employees below 25 years and above 55 years are more absent than compared with the other people who are in the working age. Because who are below the age of 25 years, they take it for granted. They want to enjoy their life along with the friends. So they go for picnics, they go for outing here and there. For that reason, my dear friends, because they're not very getting it for granted. So that's the reason why the absent rate is very higher among young people because there is no responsibility for them. They may be unmarried and whatnot, my dear friends. Whereas people who are above the age of 55 years, because of their health conditions, because of the responsibilities back at home, like children will be ready to get married, all these things. So for that reason, my dear friends, you can see that the absent rate is higher among the people who are above the age of 55 years. And the last one is operative employees are more often absent. Like people who are doing heavy jobs, like those people will be more absent because of the increased physical fatigue, my dear friends. Now let us discuss about the causes of absenteeism. The first one is nature of work, because people are going to do the same job, my dear friends, that becomes monotonic, that becomes routine, my dear friends, which is going to lead to physical as well as mental stress, my dear friends. For that reason, do you know what the organizations do? They shift the employees every month or at least once in a year, so that they work with the new people, new work style, everything. So it will reduce the monotonism and which will also reduce the routine life. If this is done, it will try to reduce the physical or the mental stress, my dear friends. The second one is poor working conditions. Poor working conditions, like no proper ventilation, no proper lighting system, no facilities here and there. Like so, these are going to affect the health of the workers, my dear friends. In the year 2005, I got an opportunity to go and make a study on labor working in the slate mine industry in Markapuram place in Prakasham district in our neighboring state Andhra Pradesh. At the time, it was united or undivided AP. So China is number one in terms of slate mine exports, and India is number two, my dear friends. When we are kids, like we used to take the black color stone and we used to turn that into slates so that we used to write. Children used to use that, but right now we are using the slates made of tin sheet or hardboard and so on, my dear friends. The rest of the other color stones were simply left over. But right now, the cold nations, they are using these stones to stick it to the walls because it is going to act as resistance It will not allow the room temperature to go outside and minus outside temperature to come inside, my dear friends. So we went there, to see the working conditions, everything in the year 2005. When we went there, on the notice board, it was mentioned that we are going to provide them shoes, masks, gloves, helmet, and so on. But when we have gone and seen in the pits, in reality, there was nothing like. There was no shoes, no helmet, no mask, nothing like, my dear friends. So this may lead to lung infection or lung problems because they are going to inhale the dust directly, which may lead to problem. And when from there, when we have gone to the slate industries, like which are turning the tin sheets or into the hardboards into slates, like they are simply putting on the black colors to the slates, and there is no mask for them, so they are going to inhale the paint also, which may also lead to cancer. Remember that the poor working conditions are going to affect the health of the individuals, which can also be the cause for absenteeism. The third one is absence of leave facilities. Whenever people has any issue, if they are going to have a leave facility, at the time they will put on a letter to the supervisor and they will get benefit out of it. But think, if there is no leave facility at all, and when you go to the management and say that tomorrow I want some leave because of so and so issues, the management may not accept it or may not grant the leave. For that reason, do you know what the employees will do? Without informing the management, without informing the supervisor, they may be simply absent for the office, my dear friends. So we need to have a sound leave facility so that we can regulate the behavior in terms of absenteeism. The fourth one is the accidents. Sometimes in industries we also have industrial accidents, or else we also have occupational disease, my dear friends, which may lead to absenteeism. For example, if we see the tobacco industry or people who are going to roll the bds, those people will be sitting on the floor for longer time, and most of the time they'll be looking down and they will be rolling the bds. They are going to have spondylitis, my dear friends. Even the same problem will also be there for the software in people, because they'll be sitting on the chair for longer period working on that, so they may have side problem, they may have headaches, they may also have spondylitis, my dear friends. So we have industrial accidents as well as occupational related disease or health issues, my dear friends, which may also increase absenteeism. Then the next one is we have poor control by production and material, which may also lead to absenteeism. Then absence of transport facilities. If we see, almost 30 years back, when Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University was shifted from Panjagutta to that of Jubilee Hills, my dear friends. At that time, Jubilee Hills was nothing like. Uh, it was hillocks. No people used to stay there, and they used to have only bus facility once in the morning and once in the evening from various parts of the city. And once they are going to miss the bus around 4 o'clock, my dear friends, all the way they used to travel from Ambedkar Open University to that of NIMS Hospital Panjagutta, from where they used to get the transport facilities to various corners of the city. So if they are going to miss a bus, if they are going to miss a bus in the morning, or if they are going to miss a bus in the evening, my dear friends, it will be hell for them. So when they are not going to have proper transport facilities, if they miss the people, if they think that they are not going to reach the workplace on time, like, so they may simply say, let me take leave and let me enjoy back at home, my dear friends, because their salaries may also be deducted. So absence of transport facility is also one of the cause for absenteeism, my dear friends. Then the next one is lack of interest. If a person is not going to have interest in the job because it's not the suitable job for him, or else he does not like his colleagues, or he does not have proper relation with the supervisor, or so and so, my dear friends. There are multiple reasons for lack of interest, and if the person does not have lack of interest, then he will not take the responsibility. That means if he's not going to take the responsibility, that means he simply may also bunk the office. So lack of interest can also lead to absenteeism. Then the next one is industrial fatigue and low wages. Industrial fatigue, because if they are going to do jobs like doing a layman's job. So obviously it will increase the fatigue levels. If it is going to increase the fatigue levels, obviously you want to relax so that you can be healthy for that reason. And the second one is low wages, my dear friends. Some people also seek some part-time job. See, if you see most of the people who are working in the industries, they also stop working, or they will apply for leave at the time of cultivation and at the time of harvesting, because agriculture sector will provide more jobs for them, providing more a decent income. For that reason, they may also bunk the office at that time. Whenever they are going to get opportunity where they can earn more at the time, my dear friends, they will simply be absent to the office. Then the next one is absence of adequate welfare facilities. Then we have indebtedness. Some people they take loans, and when they are not in a position to uh, pay the loans on time, in order to escape from the money lenders, they may simply be absent, because the money lenders may also be looking for the person not only at home, but they may also come to the workplace, and they'll be looking for them. For that reason, in order to escape from these people, they may be also absent from the work, my dear friends. Then the next one is attraction for village life. Majority of the employees, they migrated from the rural areas to the urban areas in search of employment opportunities. But they are physically and mentally, they are connected towards their villages, my dear friends. Physically, they may be in the town, but mentally they are back at villages. So they feel they will be missing their homes, or uh, missing their friends or family members. So hence they feel like visiting the villages oftenly. Whenever they get any opportunity, whenever there is any social or religious gathering, like, they don't want to miss that, because they want to go and join their family members or the friends, my dear friends. So the attraction for village life is also one of the cause for absenteeism. Then the next one is alcoholism and gambling. Workers with alcoholism and gambling habits may not be regular to work, because they want to make more money in less time. So they may go and invest the money on gambling activities. And the last one is unsatisfactory housing conditions. That means if people are not going to stay in a decent locality, and if they are not going to have proper relations within the family, my dear friends, this may lead to both physical and mental illness. If people are going to stay in the slum areas, my dear friends, because the locality is not decent, it may lead to high morbidity, or it may also lead to high health issues, my dear friends, which can also be leading to absenteeism. And we have other causes like bad weather, personal business, friends, religious and social gatherings, and so on. All these are the causes for absenteeism. So, how do we control this absenteeism? What kind of measures have to be taken? So, first one is, when you're going to select the person itself, ensure that whether the person came by choice or by chance. If a person came by choice, that means he has interest in the job. That means he will be working effectively. He will take the responsibility, my dear friends. Our duty is to select the right person for the right job, my dear friends. The second one is provide better working conditions for the individuals. Then provide transportation, like in the previous class we have discussed, like pick and drop facility is being provided in the software industry. So the same facility can also be provided in all the areas too, my dear friends. Then provide housing facilities. Then provide incentives or bonus to regular employees. Don't give them some gifts, like give them cash, because cash can be used for various purposes as per the requirements, my dear friends. The requirements of the workers may not be the same. So it is better for us to give cash incentives or prizes for the employees, which motivate them like anything. Then the next one is disciplinary action. Punitive action should be taken against the employees who are absent or on leave without any permission or without proper sanctions, my dear friends. The next one is prevention of accidents. Sorry, before that, if, for example, think I have taken a leave and there is no action taken by the management, then the other people also will take it for granted. And the management is going to ask the other person why you did not turn up. Then the person may say that when Bhavani Shankar did not turn up to the office, you did not ask him, but when I have gone, why you are asking me? Sorry. there are chances that even the other people may also take it for granted. So it is better that we take disciplinary action if a person is going to avail leave or absent without proper permission or sanctions, my dear friends. The next one is prevention of accidents. In each and every organization, my dear friends, sometimes we have accidents. No organization wants to have accidents within the industry because there'll be loss of employees. They have to pay the compensation to the employees. At the same time, there will also be problem for them also, my dear friends. So because it may also lead to absenteeism because of the fear of accidents. So the duty of the management is to take adequate measures to prevent accidents within the organization. For that, we require effective supervision. The next one is effective supervision. Supervisors and foremen should have given adequate training to deal with various problems of the employees. They must be strict, okay? They must enforce that whatever the rules and regulations are there, it must be implemented. But at the same time, we need to have a humanistic corner in order to ensure that employees are going to work effectively, my dear friends. We need to have effective supervision. Then the next one is we need to give, or we need to grant the leaves liberally as per the requirements of the people, my dear friends. The management should has to look into this. The next one is employee counseling. Absenteeism is related with individual behavior also. Sometimes it can also be psychological problem. It can be a problem back at home, or it can be a financial problem because of loans, everything. So it is our duty to also counsel them and provide proper guidance so that the people can have the psychological comfort, and they may have a plan so that they can come out of this psychological, financial, and other issues too, my dear friends. So we need to have a counseling center which helps in motivating the people, my dear friends. And the last one is cordial relations between supervisor and workers. There should be a cordial relationship between the supervisors and workers, which will help in maintaining the healthy relation between them. It will help the people or the workers to freely share their views, share their problems with the supervisor. And once the supervisor knows their views and problems at the time, they can also educate them, or else they can address these issues, my dear friends. So these are the ways by which we can address absenteeism. Now let us go for alcoholism and drug abuse. Excessive drinking and use of drugs can be a health problem, and it will also be difficult for us to treat them. And it is a condition in which an individual has lost the control, that he cannot stop himself from taking excessive alcohol intake or drugs, my dear friends. Once he starts drinking, he will not be able to control himself, my dear friends. And the workers become non-judgmental and lack coordination after taking excessive intake of alcohol or drugs, my dear friends. And it has become a serious problem among the industrial labor of workers, my dear friends. And whenever there is fatigue, whenever there is tension, whenever the person feels guilt or has anxiety or frustration, the chances that the people may take up the alcohol, which may also lead to health issues, my dear friends, like liver problems, kidney problems, and heart problems, and so on. And it may also disorganize the family, my dear friends. So the organization must need to have a mechanism of counseling the people, helping them out so that they will not be addicted to alcoholism and drugs, my dear friends. So this about alcoholism and drug addiction, my dear friends. In this class, we have discussed about the causes for absenteeism, and so on. Now let us discuss about some of the labor welfare schemes. Labor welfare is the combination of two words. Labor means any productive activity, and welfare means the physical, social, and psychological, or mental, even mental and general well being of an individual. The concept of labor welfare was first originated with the desire for a humanitarian approach, so that we can reduce the human suffering and the suffering of the families due to the painful effects of industrialization and undesirable social consequences and labor problems, my dear friends. Later on, it has become a motivating factor so that people will work effectively. International Labour Organization, in the meeting held in Delhi in the year 1947, has defined labor welfare as such services or facilities and amenities which may be established in or in the vicinity of undertakings to enable persons employed therein to perform their work in healthy conjugal surroundings and to provide them with amenities conducive to good health and good morale. The Committee on Labor Welfare has defined that it includes such services, facilities, and amenities as adequate canteens, rest and recreational facilities, sanitary and medical facilities, arrangements for travel to and from work and from home, we providing accommodation for the workers um, who are coming from longer distance and providing other facilities which can improve the conditions of the workers, my dear friends. Based on these definitions, the characteristics of labor welfare can be like it is a work which is undertaken within the work premises for the benefit of employees and their family. It is anything given beyond the wage of the workers. Third one, the purpose of the welfare programs is to develop overall personality of the employees. So, social, economical, psychological, moral, cultural, intellectual development, and so on, my dear friends. And it provides these are the facilities which are voluntarily provided by the management, and it is a broad term, my dear friends, providing social security, medical aid, providing baby care centers, canteens, and so on. And it also going to take measures not only within the organization but even outside the organization, my dear friends. Now let us discuss about the scope of labor welfare schemes. There was a team appointed by the government of India in the year 1959 to examine the welfare activities. And this team has divided the welfare activities into three groups. First one is welfare within the establishment of the organization. Like within the organization, we also have medical aid because when we have any minor or major accidents, so our duty is to provide first aid. For that, we need to have medical aid. Then we also have baby care center or crutches because some of the employees may also be female. So obviously, what happens? They may be pregnant or they may have small children who are below the age of 4 years, like they may not be going to the schools, like so the child requires frequent taking care of the child, like providing home food, everything. So it is the duty of the organization to also have baby care centers, my dear friends, within the organizational setup. Then having the better canteens on subsidized rate, then providing or having the safe drinking water supply, then we have proper working conditions and so on. The second one is welfare activities outside the establishment. It may be for indoor and outdoor recreation, providing housing facility, providing adult education, providing training for the people, and so on. All this can also be outside the industrial establishment. And the third one is social security, like providing pension, providing provident fund, providing dearness allowances, and so on, my dear friends. So they have categorized all the welfare activities into three categories by the team which was appointed by the government of India in the year 1959. Now let us discuss about the types of welfare activities. The first one is economic welfare activities. So this include besides wages and salaries, these include pension facilities, insurance coverage. Like if a person is put to death, the family may fall onto the streets. For that reason, they are going to have some life insurance coverage. So after the person is put to death because of certain accident or some reason, my dear friends, at least the family will get some monetary benefits. Like we also have group insurance, accident benefits, or schemes like so on, my dear friends. Then some organizations also give credit facilities, because these people, whenever they want money, they go to the money lender, which is forcing them to take the loans on higher interest rate. So the organization may also provide credit facilities, and later on they may deduct it from the wages or salaries with no interest rate or less interest rate, my dear friends. And we also have bonus schemes, factory transport services, and so on. So all this will come under economical welfare programs. Then the second one is recreational programs. The employees need occasional diversion from their routine life. So it is the duty of the management to also provide recreational facilities. So within the office, we can have a TV room, we can have the facilities of indoor and outdoor game facility, common room for employees, recreational events like tours for the employees, or paid vacation for the people, having a space where people can go and take rest. So all these kind of recreational facilities are also required, which enables the people to reduce the fatigue levels, my dear friends. Then the third one is we have facilitative programs. These are also required, my dear friends. In the work environment facilities, my dear friends, um, our duty is to ensure that we are going to have a conducive temperature. If the temperature is too low or too high, my dear friends, we will not be able to work effectively. Remember that. Because it's going to put the effect on the body temperature. So people may feel cold or more temperature. So at the time they do not feel comfortable. So their duty is to regulate the temperature within the office premises. If we see in the Western countries, when industries came into existence, the gene pint has been invented for the people or for the labor who are working in the cold nations in the industries, because the minus degrees temperature, if they are going to put on a normal cloth, it will move freely. That is going to make the people freeze to death also, my dear friends. So all the time they will be looking to generate the body temperature, or they look for some other comforts. They will not be able to concentrate. For that reason, they have made a thick cloth which will not allow the air to move freely. At least the body temperature which is there, that will not be freeze, that will be in contact, so that they can work effectively. So our duty is to regulate the temperature, ensure that we can regulate the humidity, we have proper ventilation, we have proper illumination system, and so on. Then if you're working in an industry where you have smoke, where like at the time our duty is to eliminate the dust, smoke, or have proper mechanism in which the workers will not be in trouble, much trouble, my dear friends. Then the next one is our duty is to provide a convenience and comfort during work or operative positions. For example, think if the classroom, if the blackboard is not properly maintained, think it has been put on the ground. So will I be able to use it? So I have to sit on the floor and write it. And even the students who are sitting in the last bench, they will not be able to see what I am writing at the bottom of the blackboard. Think if the blackboard is to the top, my dear friends, I will not be able to use the complete one. So I have to stretch, or else I have to use the ladder. It will be a problem one. So the man machine relation must be in good condition, my dear friends. So we call it as operative postures. Even the sitting arrangements must be properly done so that they feel comfortable. Then the next one is distribution of working hours, provision of rest times, meals time, breaks, and so on, my dear friends. Then we have workmen safety measures, cleanliness of buildings, of even the workshop repairs. Then we have a clock rooms where people can go and keep their uh, belongings, have facilities like restrooms, library, and so on. And when we talk about the facilities like canteen, restroom, and lunch rooms, we also need to have the facility like proper urinals, lavatories, bathing facilities, have the provision of water disposal, of wastewater, provide safe drinking water in the lunch rooms, provide nutritious food on subsidized rate for the employees, and so on. When we talk about medical facilities, provide health center within the organization, which may also include playgrounds, medical examination, medical health, medical education, and so on, my dear friends. And within the industry, we also require a clinic for general treatment for all the employees along with their family members. Remember that. Then we also require medical insurance in case if the problem is very serious, they'll not be able to get that. The next one is the reimbursement of medical expenses. If the organization is registered under ESI Act, then all the employees can also get the treatment free of cost in the ESI hospitals which are there across the country, my dear friends. Then we also have paid maternity leave and medical leave policy also when we talk about medical facilities. Then in terms of housing facilities, my dear friends, construction of flats and houses which are provided free of cost or on nominal rent, my dear friends. Then or else providing HRA to the employees, providing loans for the employees so that they can construct their house on their own or else purchase a flat or house on their own. So the next one is when we talk about washing facilities, our duty is to provide facilities where they can go and wash their clothes, take bath, and also have the facilities like providing detergent, powder, soaps, all these things. And the next one is we have educational facilities. In terms of educational facilities, my dear friends, we also provide educational facilities not only the employees to enhance the skills, but also provide educational facilities for the employees' children, provide scholarship for the children, provide lecture and training programs on various topics which will enhance the skills and morale of the individuals. Lectures and training programs should be done, taken up frequently, which is going to motivate the people to work effectively. Then we also have leave travel concession. So the organization has to provide trips or tours, and they also have to provide some reimbursement for on the actual fares, or else they have to provide concession for bus and train, etc. So these are the things which the management has to take care in order to provide the welfare activities. So, in the next class, my dear friends, we'll be discussing about various welfare amenities which are being provided for the labor under different labor acts or factory acts, my dear friends. Till now, we have discussed about various issues. And if you have any problem, my dear friends, you're free to ask me, or else we'll conclude here. Yes, if you have any problem or any doubts, you're free to ask me, or else we'll conclude. So, guys, have a nice day.